Hey guys, welcome to this week's WoW Weekly with Myst. And we're gonna have to figure out a different... I thought it would be cool to just be in our vehicle for this episode, but it turns out that I have to literally hold the vehicle in place through the whole recording to do that, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, if I let go of the mouse, that's what happens. It shifts the vehicle, and like, here's me trying to place it, and here's me letting go. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't keep it in place. So, how about we just stand by the statue? Okay, so there we go. We are placed. We are ready to do the video. So, for this week's weekly events, there is a lot going on this week, guys. So we have Dark Moon Fair that is happening right now, and that'll go on for the week. Pet Battles is the weekly. Battlegrounds is also the weekly. PvP Brawl this week will be Cooking Impossible. Kalimdor Cup it started last week, but it's still going. Its end date is March 11th. So you're gonna hear me mention it, a couple of times. And then of course we get the rest of the patch. So last week we got the first part of the Undermine patch, which was getting to this area, doing most of the campaign, but they left the last couple of chapters for the raid, as they tend to do. As far as out in the Undermine, we will have access to the last chapters, and that will of course lead into Galawix, into the raid, and we're also going to have Season 2 startup. So Season 2 will be available for Delves, Raids, M+, and PvP. Also, on screen is the raid schedule for really I only place it for the people that do LFR. As far as anyone that raids, Blizzard now just unlocks everything together, so you pretty much can just guarantee that everything's going to be available on week 1. But LFR is always a little different, so I post the unlocks mainly for you guys that do LFR. Okay, so March has officially started, which means we have a new trading post. So I thought we'd just quickly go over the items. You have all month to get this, of course. So we have the pearlescent butterfly and the ruby butterfly. Okay, so we'll just hide my armor so you can tell exactly what all the transmogs are. So, ensemble ornaments of the blood marnik. I think this looks amazing. I actually really like this. I'm usually pretty picky with the transmogs, but this one's pretty nice. Shimmer Mist Freerunner. Oh, another mount. It looks a lot like... I almost feel like I have this mount many times, It's been a while since we've seen one of these mounts, but there are many in the game. But this one isn't bad. I like white, blue, and purple. It's cute. And it's cheap. That's the most important part, is it's $3.25. So, yeah, nice cheap mount right there. Blood Monarch pole arm. And different color there. So we definitely got a red and kind of whitish, bluish, purple vibe going on. A little bummed about that. It's St. Patrick's month. I always hope for green stuff on St. Patrick's Day month. So yeah, it's almost like the people putting together these trading posts don't actually look at the calendar, Yeah. So yeah, if I don't see anything green in here, I'm gonna be a little disturbed. I like dressing for holidays, so. Okay, cute little bow. There's really two things I would like to see for March trading post. It's a St. Patrick's Day theme. or new raid theme. I know people are like, enough goblin stuff, but like, literally this is the week that the raid comes out, right? So yeah, those are the two vibes I would like to see. Okay, Blood Monarch Sword and the Pearlescent Monarch Longbow. And we got the Pearlescent Monarch Mace, Sword, Warblades, and some butterfly wings, more butterfly wings, and a wand. Yeah, a lot of butterfly stuff. So I'm sure that has gotten some comments. Yeah. Okay. Not big on legging wraps. What we got? Oh, the mask. Okay. Boots. So really not much. Yeah, I'm gonna say there is not much on the trading post this month. Returning items are the longbow, which was from the Valentine's Day event. And we have a toy. I might buy this toy. I keep trying to get all of them when they show up on the trading post. I had to pass on this one before because, currency, always. That's always the reason. Okay, and then there's that one. And then I have the last three, but I'll still, of course, show them. So full-on transmog there. The purple one. And this one was a shop. So these are shop returns here. The purple was a shop thing. I do remember that. As far as the freebie, let's see. I don't even know what the freebie is right now. Ornaments of the Pearlescent Monarch. Oh, of course they wouldn't give us the red one for free, right? So basically, here's the blood one. We'll hide armor. So that was the blood one. It's gonna be, let's just put the butterfly on for an example. So it'll be that color for this. Yeah. Which is too bad. I definitely prefer the red. So yeah, I would have rather the red one be the freebie one. In what world have people decided that the worst reward should be the bar? Yeah, people should be wanting to do the trading post for this item. I'm just saying. Like, for the most part, what's on the vendor to spend is kind of bonus. Like, that should be the bonus. Yes, there's lots of it, so a lot of people will focus that. But in a sense, the best item should be this item. Right? So it's, and I'm not a person that's like, it must be a mount or it must be a pet, but it must be badass. Like, I am that person. It must be badass. It must be the item I'm, like, pretty much most excited for, I get everyone has different opinions, and maybe it's a hit and miss every so often, but, like, let's be real. It's been a hit and miss every fucking month since this shit started, basically. Like, yeah, I've never seen the reward on the bar ever be amazing. So yeah. Yeah, I just, it's just silly. And you know what that's gonna lead to. They will eventually start selling this currency because people will stop doing this for the bar. And yes, the bar is, the bar is easy to fill, but if you're, say, a player that just comes in once in a while to do the trading post and you see the bar's a crappy reward, you're gonna log right back out, Like, the bar is good for a regular player. You're just gonna naturally get it completed. but a casual, like an extremely casual. I don't mean just some random, like you play on the weekends casual player. I mean, you know, like you play once or twice a month casual player. Yeah, they're not gonna bother with that bar, which, you know, it will eventually lead. It's only a matter of time. But that's the trading post, so I just thought I'd show that off. You got a full month to go get that, and yeah, let me know in the comments below. What do you think of merches? I'm disturbed it's not green, honestly. Like, that's my only real complaint. I would have loved to see some, like, Lucky Charms type transmogs or some green mounts. And yeah, and they could have totally made that fit the theme with the raid as well. And yeah, I'm disturbed with the direction they went for merch. Okay, so starting with some news, we have 40% off of the War Within. There's also 30% off of game services, which include like name changes, race changes, faction changes, transfers. You can also save 33% from boosting a character. I think it's crazy that people still pay for that. Like, I never once paid for that. I always just got free when they would, you know, bring out new expansions because they'd always be included. And then, of course, there's a sale going on for the Kata upgrade, so you can save 50% off of that. There was a new mount pack that showed up on the store. This one's kind of ridiculous. I'll state my opinions on it after I mention it. So it is the Marvelous Mixie pack. You get 5 mounts for $65 US. And the reason I find it ridiculous, because they are kind of cute, but it's ridiculous because it's 5 reskins. So you're technically getting 1 mount for 65. Like, this isn't 5 different mounts. This is 5 reskinned of a mount that's brand new. Like, immediately it got reskins, you know? So, yeah. I think it's cute, but it was really just last month. It was the month of February that we first saw it as a pet, and then now the very next month, March. Well, actually, technically, it went on the store before March hit. Is 5 mounts for $65 a decent deal? I guess. You know, typically a mount is $25 on the store, but reskins aren't usually on the store. That's the difference. Reskins are in-game things. So to ask people to pay for a reskin bundle is kind of a lot. I'm just gonna say, you know, yeah. So I would say it's worth it if you like at least 3 of those. But if you don't like at least 3 of those and plan on using them, that's one very, very pricey mount. But I'm not surprised. I did say that after they sold that $90 Bruto, that things would get worse. And while this is cheaper than $90, it's not far off. It's only like $25 off, and you're getting, like I said, 1 mount, 5 skins. Yeah, so yeah. I like the purple and the blue one though. Those ones are cute. And yeah, it's not, they're not ugly. Well, I don't know. They're weird for mounts. But nonetheless, that is on the on the store. And to make things even worse, it is a FOMO pack item. You do have a while, but it is a pack that will vanish. So you have till April 28th to get your hands on these mounts. Also, a new Illyria and Thrall Funko Pops is on the store if you like collecting those. This is what they look like. And they're going for $13 US each. They stand roughly 5 inches tall. And yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so into some game news. So Mythic Plus Keystones will reset to a +2 when Season 2 launches, so that everyone kind of starts together. Now, keep in mind that is assuming you have a key. If you haven't been doing it, of course you won't have a key. But if you had a higher key, it won't completely reset. It will just go to a +2. There's been some nerfs regarding the Season 2 M+. So I will put them on screen here. We have some for Theater of Pain, one for Dark Flame Cleft. Worth adding in that Dark Flame Cleft is one dungeon that you're going to want to do a lot of in Season 2. It has a mount, and I'll put the mount on screen right now for those that don't know which one it is. But yeah, this is one you can farm consistently. Some notes for Priory of the Sacred Flame, and then a lot for Operation Floodgate. Liberation of Undermine is the new raid that will be coming into effect for this week. I'm super excited for this raid. It looks so fun, and yeah, I can't wait to get into it. So this is a list of the mounts that have been found throughout Undermine. So thought I would go through this. Some I've talked about in previous videos, but it's a full list. Give you a better idea. Maybe there's one you didn't know existed. So this one right here is Brands. So this is the Delver Gobtrotter Brands mount. And then there's the Thunderdrum Misfire and Dark Fuse Chompactor. Those are off of Ando, who is one of the vendors. He also will get you the Furious Florendo mount, which is this guy right here. And this guy's Renown 20. There'll be a little tracker for your rating. The next batch I'm going over are M+. So this is Crimson Shredder Tank. That's for obtaining a 2000 minimum rating score in your M+. Enterprising Shredder Tank, that is for obtaining 3000 for the Season 2. So this is your Vicious Electro Eel. This is the PvP Season 2. So here's a 1. So that's, of course, the Horde one. And here's the Alliance one. I didn't think much of these guys right off the bat, but seeing them in action, definitely. So this is the Prized Fellbat. This will be your Gladiator mount this season for PvP. Junk Maestro. So this is our raid achievement. It's rewarded to you on completing Glory of the Undermine Raider. Okay, so this is the prototype ASMR. I love that it's ASMR. That's hilarious. But yeah, this is your prototype mount, and this is from Galowix, and you can farm it on all difficulties. So you can get this. You have a chance on getting this mount on LFR, Normal, Heroic, and Mythic. So this is Keys to the G. This is your Galowix Mythic only mount. So yeah. And good luck to everyone going after that. I love this mount. I don't know if I play a lot of different games, so I don't know if I'm really gonna, he's probably gonna be a farmed later in the year's mount. But I do love him. I love the cigar in his mouth, and yeah, it's just, this is such a badass mount. Yeah, I very much love this. Okay, so this one's called the Gazillionaire. mount. This is an event type mount, so Galagio Garbage is what you're after here. Dark Fuse Spy Eye. This is a World Quest mount, so just look for the World Quest Dark Fuse. I believe it's called Dark Fuse Precipient. And yeah, that's your chance on that one. Okay, so some Renown mounts. So this guy, Renown 15, Renown 19, Exalted with Bulgewater, Exalted with Steam Weedle, bring him down a bit, Exalted with Blackwater, Exalted with Ventureco, Exalted with Dark Fuse. Dark Fuse is kind of like the bonus rep. Bonus cartel. There is this bronze wave shredder. The details of where it comes from is currently unknown. There's been some speculations, but no confirmed info. So yeah, I will of course let you guys know in a future WoW Weekly when we do find that out. Yeah, who knows? It could be on the trading post or something. I'm thinking that it's the way it's situated, though, the tracking on it, the black and white checkers, reminds me of racing. So I think it might be tied into racing. I can't see it being tied into the goblin racing, though, just because it's, you know, just because of that type of mount it is. But I think it is some sort of racing. But that's just me guessing, no confirmed info, but it will exist at least at some point. Some people are thinking it might be tied to the 5th cartel, but I did just show off a mount that involves the 5th cartel. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah. But in due time, we'll have more confirmed info on that. This is the Steam Wielder or Steam Weedle supplier. This is from the event. It comes out of a Steam Weedle trove. So drop rate unknown. This comes from a Venture Co trove. Bulgewater trove. This one is the Blackwater trove. So by the sounds of it, it kind of reminds me of, you know, Paragon caches. So I think it'll be similar drop rates like that. If I am right in that, keep in mind, I'm just basing, I've been playing the game for a long time, so I can base some of the past situations they've used. And based on that, you'd probably be looking at a 3 to 5%. On the box, on these box mounts. These are vendor mounts, so there's one, which I love the black and red. I totally will buy that. Here's another. And another. So these are from a Mechanica currency that you will obtain. You obtain them after killing like some rares and stuff. The drop rate might be a little on them because the mounts are pretty cheap. So usually if you see it going for cheap, that means the drop rate might be a little rough. Each one of these vendor mounts I just showed you, which is the past 3 mounts, require 25 for each one. This guy is a Renown 11 mount, and he comes from a thing called Gunk Covered Thingy. So yeah, that's what you're looking out for this guy. And then the Violet Goblin Shredder. This is actually the first event mount I learned about, and that's because it comes from the shipping and handling, which happens all the time. Yeah. And yeah, so definitely if you see the shipping and handling event happening, get doing it. That's how you can get this guy. And that's the list of mounts. So a lot of mounts going over. I know I did kind of go over these mounts in past videos, but now that everything's live, I just thought I would go over the mounts that we have 100% been seeing this week. And yeah, so lots of farming for mount collectors. Okay, so just a couple of extra things I thought I'd add into the video. Some little tips on how to farm the cartel's new rep. Completing world quests will of course help you do that. So that will grant you 50, and special assignments grant you 200. There's also 3 weekly quests you can take. Many jobs handle it, urge to surge, and reduce, reuse, resell. And those weekly quests will grant you 1,000 rep. The rare mobs that are out in Undermine, the normal rares will get you 20, elite rares get you 50, and the cartel summoned rares get you 100. Completing quest lines in the Undermine, that's where a huge amount of your rep is, of course. So you get 2,500 rep for Chapter 1. You'll get 1,000 rep for Chapter 2, 3, and 4. And the side quests get you roughly like 100 to 200 for rep. And then completing some side gigs, like events and stuff, get you 50. Also, there is some hotel quests. So the hotel has your Delve quests and your Operation Floodgate one, and those will get you 500 rep. So that is how you're building your rep. Just kill some mobs, do quests, take whatever quests you can get, do events. And also, I know I said it in the beginning of the video, but another quick reminder that it is Dark Moon Fair Week, so you can earn some extra rep from getting that 10% buff there. Also, the weekly dungeon quest will get you 1,500 Undermine rep. And keep in mind, you can do those on like follower mode if you aren't much of a dungeon person. Okay guys, so I believe that's it. So as for me, we hopped into the patch on Tuesday, streamed it for about 8 hours, and I had a blast doing that. It was a lot of fun, and I love the drive feature, which I know people have been kind of not liking, but I like it. The location and the music is just amazing with this patch. I'm pretty impressed with it. Looking forward to going into the raids. Also, I don't know, of course I'll do some M+, but I'm not at all too impressed with the rotation of, I hate the older stuff coming in, I don't want to redo those dungeons, so that is literally just kind of killed M+ for me for a while now, since they started reusing old dungeons. I had more fun when all the dungeons were new. As far as my stream people, here's the schedule for this week's streams. I have decided to start taking Sundays off again now that I've put WoW Weekly back into the mix. I want to take off Sundays so that I don't potentially cancel a stream because of the news video. And honestly, with me streaming a lot lately, I can just kind of do all my editing on the, I always hated doing it all on a Sunday with the WoW Weekly, but so Sundays are, I won't say they'll never have a stream, but, chances are they won't. If it's like a slow week in WoW, maybe I'll throw a bonus stream in, but we're going to start taking them off again. I used to always take them off for the WoW Weeklies anyway, but I started putting them in as a stream when I removed the news video for a couple of months there. Blizzard got so much of my money this past week. I went and purchased the 1-year sub, and then I also purchased the basic package for the mop bundle. I don't care about like sub time and boosts, so I left that one. That pack was $80. I said fuck it, I don't need a boost and I don't need WoW time. I've, like I literally just bought a 1-year subscription. So I just got the $40 one, which is $50 for me because I'm Canadian. And yeah, so they got $250 out of me because the 1-a-year sub bundle is $195 plus tax. So yeah, so that's basically $250 in total. And then of course, right after, I would say a couple of days after I did that, they brought out that mount bundle for $65 US. I have not bought it. I just spent $250 on them. I'm not gonna lie, I do want it. I do like those mounts. I just think it's stupid that they're selling 5 mounts that are just reskins of all the same mount. But I do want it, and I have till April for that bundle pack, so maybe next month I'll buy it. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Still have not gotten a mount from our weekly mount farms that I do every week. Yeah, I've been stuck on those mounts so long. Speaking of mount farms though, just a quick reminder, Necrotic Wake is now officially back in the picture. Well, maybe not now if you're watching the video as it releases, but Tuesday, reset. When servers come back up, you can totally go to Necrotic Wake and start farming your mount again. The trash will not kill you because it will not be part of the M+ rotation anymore. Okay, and that's pretty much it. I'm just playing the patch casually. Yeah, there's not too much going on, and I've been kind of hooked to a few different games right now. So yeah, the games I'm like really regularly playing right now is WoW, Hogwarts Legacy, my TCG game. Recently I got back into PoE, and I've been playing both. I had started playing the first one in 2018 and then took a break. But I've been liking both. And by playing both, I totally get what people are saying about how PoE 2 things seem slower. Yeah, I kill things so much faster in PoE 1. But yeah, and then of course my Disney game just came out with a new update. So I've had a lot on the go, and those are just like my regular games. I've had some like oddball stream requests in between, and yeah, so yeah, it's been pretty busy game wise. Good luck if you're gonna be going into the raid. Have fun in your M+, have fun in your new delves, and PvP if you're gonna do that. And if you don't do any of those, just have fun in the patch. There's so much content in Undermine right now. I had a couple of comments. I had someone in the stream when I was streaming on Tuesday, which was just day 1, I might add you. It was literally the first day of the patch, saying that it was a small patch, and I couldn't even believe that comment because it's such a huge patch. Not only is it a major patch, where we're getting season 2 and there's a bunch of stuff to do in Undermine, but Undermine, like I just showed you all those mounts, and they're pretty much all tied to events. There is a lot going on. There is a lot to do, and yeah, this shit will keep you busy for a while for sure. So, and that's without the raids and the M+. Like you're just consistently doing shit if you're also a raider and an M+ person. Yeah, there is a lot to do. So yeah, have fun, guys. I'm gonna call it here. I hope you enjoyed this week's WoW Weekly with Myst, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.